hay field that new seeding that I cut. It's been irrigated 3 times now. And here's the oat field. This is a good spot because, like I said, you can hardly see the hay vine. But there's parts of it that are 5 feet tall. I'll bring you out and we'll look at the machine. I'm driving slow. The slower you go, you can leave your windrow fluffier and everything, so that's what I'm doing. So this is just my opening round and we're going to see how she looks. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of damp because the pivot, the water blew from going on the other place. So here is the oats. Okay. Oh, here, I gotta find my hand. Anyhow, I'm leaving high stubble for a disc vine. The reason I'm doing that is putting up green feed is always more risky than chopping silage. Because if you have a nitrate issue when you chop silage, the fermentation counteracts some of the nitrates. And so as it ensiles, it takes care of the nitrates. The nitrates that are held in the straw are held on the lower part of the straw. And like I said, if you had a swather and you cut it and left 8 inches of stubble, it'd be better yet. So, I don't know, getting a lot of shadow here. I guess it's just the time of the day. So, you can see this swath. I'm only cutting at 5 miles an hour, not because the tractor can't handle it or the mower can't handle it. The slower you go, the fluffier your swath. If I'm going 10 miles an hour, it lays a tight little windrow. So I'm not saying that I won't speed up as the day goes on when it's not so wet from the dew, but for right now, I'm gonna go 5 miles an hour and leave a fluffier swath. If my tractor wheels were set wider, I would leave a wider swath, but my tractor wheels aren't set wider and I don't want to drive all over the swath. So we'll just grab a handful from underneath and you can see it has been crimped. So, and with nitrates, the more advanced the crop gets, the less nitrate the issues are. So I have a neighbor who cuts oat triticale green feed every year, and he will let it get like salt and pepper, like where you'd swath at the combine, and that's what he goes for. But of course I grab one that's probably a soft dough instead. So of course I grab another one like that. Anyhow, it's in the milk stage. So my oats are proving me a liar right now. So, like I said, obviously this little patch, but come to think of it, like this taller stuff, it hit moisture when I planted and came first. So, like I said, most of the field all had to get irrigated up. You know, there's the milk. Oh, anyhow, it's milky. If you go online and start looking at stuff, a lot of stuff will say, you know, once it flowers, hurry and cut it. I'm not a dairy, so I don't care about that stuff. But if you go on Alberta agriculture, like I said, even barley, like we don't chop barley until we're in the soft to medium dough stage. And you go to my friends to this, oh, here's a wild oat. That one's easy to find. Anyhow, if you go into Canada here, we cut a little later than they do in the States, and the feed test will show that there's a difference. If you guys waited till the same as what we did, your feed wouldn't be as high quality, but there's a little difference the further north you go. So regardless, I'm gonna chop her down The boys want me to go, it's a holiday Monday, and the boys want me to go check pastures, but I'm gonna be a bad dad and knock down feed instead. But on that little piece of hay, I think there's, out of that 8.5 acres there, I think 6 acres where I put oats in to try to keep it from blowing, and I got 33 bales of oats on that 6 acres. So, and that was only planted at a bushel an acre. So this is planted a little bit heavier than that. So I'm gonna go keep cutting her, and I'll bring you out a little later. It always feels better when you're cutting a good spot. Like I said, most of the field, well, half the field doesn't look like this. It's already starting to get shorter there, but like I said, you always feel better when you're cutting good stuff. But I just had some pivot problems. I just gotta go shut off the pumping unit here and deal with the pivot after I cut. So that's part of being an irrigated farmer. So I'll shut that off and just keep going round and round and see what we can get accomplished. It's already really muggy, and like I said, we're not usually a high humidity area, even with our irrigation, but I'll tell you, by 10 o'clock this morning, felt like you could wring your clothes out. That's not how we normally are. And like I said, the kids are out riding pasture right now, and they have to park on the gravel road so that they don't start the pasture on fire. So I'll bring you out in a bit. Well, I was zipping along and I saw this place, and you can see there's a rock, there's a little, well, I guess I gotta get my shadow out of the way. Anyhow, here's a rock, little rock, there's another little rock. Here's a rock. I'll walk backwards and then there's a rock. And here's a couple more rocks. Anyhow, when you guys watch that rock rolling video, you could tell that there was a few stones, and there's a reason I was rolling them. But I'll tell you, when you get to those spots, you're really thankful that you did it, because it would have tore the machine apart. So I thought if I went out, I might as well get a look. So this is kind of an average height of what this oats is like. I don't have a fancy measuring stick like my good buddy Jeff Raymond. So if you look at it, it's hitting that 4-foot mark pretty easily, pretty consistently, I guess. Hey. We're getting to which way the shadows are. So here we'll check the stubble height. So we're at about, well, I'm reading that at, well, that part's 5, that's on a little spot. So anywhere from 4 to 5 inches of stubble, and that's perfect, because some of those rocks that got rolled, they're not in perfectly in the ground. The ground can only, well, here's another one right there, you know, the ground can only take so much if it's kind of dry or whatever. So, oh man, here I walked right past this one. Anyhow, as you can tell, it was well worth the time that I did for rolling the rocks. So I better get back to cutting the green feed. So I'll bring you out. You can see I've got a little bit done. Did all my outside rounds, and now I'm starting doing. I'll bring you in the tractor where it's quieter. Anyhow, I've been going round and round, and now I'm doing my strips. Because of the pivot tracks aren't too deep, I'm going north to south, driving right over top of the pivot tracks. So it'll be okay. But because of the big hole in the middle and all the angles and the little holes on the south end. This is, like I said, for guys that have odd shaped fields, that's just a normal thing. But for us guys, us flatlanders, you know, half-mile runs are pretty normal. And like I said, you get out in some of the bigger dryland country where they don't have roads every 1 mile to 2 miles. You know, my brother-in-law had some 6-mile runs. So this whole wiggling around and turning is all fairly inefficient compared to just driving half mile at a time. So anyhow, better get this pig going again. I don't know what. You guys will see there. Anyhow, she chews her up pretty quick. It's not an issue, that's for sure. But like I said, I'm going 5 miles an hour, so I leave a fluffy swath. Not because it can't handle it or whatever, it's just the faster you go, the smaller, the tighter the swath you get, the more packed it is. A little slower and fluffs it up a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing. Right or wrong, that's what I'm doing. So anyhow, I'll bring you out when I've got more accomplished. Maybe something interesting going on. I got to watch my deer playing anyhow. So when you don't have an epidemic of deer, then they're fun to watch. So anyhow, I'll see you guys in just a bit. Bumpy. So we're done the south side now. And it's just about supper time, so that's good because I didn't eat lunch, and for a fat guy like me, it's a big sacrifice not eating lunch. So I still got 20 acres on the north side of the slough to do, and then I've got a quarter circle of oats there that I was gonna combine, but I'll do some numbers tonight. But depending what I figure out, I might knock that down tomorrow. I don't own a combine, I don't own a slaughter, but I got a hay vine, tractor, and a baler. So I might just knock her down rather than trying to hire someone in to swap it and combine it. So better watch what I'm doing here. Boys have been riding pastures all day, so I saw them come back. They did everything close by today. They rode a pasture, I guess, on Saturday that was a little further away, but everything else has been done close by. So you can look at the color difference on these oats that were cut, you know, I guess they'd be about 8 hours ago. Quite a bit different, starting to wilt out quite a bit. So, well, it's going to be one of my famous long videos, so I better shut her down for now. Well, we're racing the sun. The sun's going to win, I'm not going to get done. Well, I got candles on this tractor, I'll be okay. I went in for supper and ended up spending 2 hours there watching a movie. So I don't regret it one bit. For those of you that don't know me well, I'm a worker, and I'll work every day, all day, and half the night if it means getting jobs done. And sometimes I don't take the time to hang out with my family. So everyone was home, so I took 2 hours and watched a movie. So I don't regret it. Families are pretty important, so I'm glad I took the time to watch a movie with them. So there goes the sun. Next I'll see you guys, will see it'll be dark. Well, joke's on you guys. Video's not over yet. I went to record some in the dark last night and didn't turn out very good, so I thought, heck, let's make this a crazy long video. So, what a waste, eh? Big slough. Like I said, a number of years ago, we never farmed around any of them. But when you gotta pump the water out, it never did dry up. You can see where a guy could go and disc 40 feet around the edge, but that's it. And then where those trees are, the neighbor has a place where he pumps from, and then he pumps through, then he has drain tile out in that field. So, one year he let me just cut a ditch into his place and there, but we had some other dealings, so he was being a lot more friendly. So, anyhow, I decided, I did my numbers last night, and by the time I hire someone to come in and combine and bag, borrow, and steal a swather for this tiny little bit, and the fact that I don't own any grain bins anymore, most of you guys know that my father sold some land, so along that land he sold 5 of my 2,000 bushel bins I've been using are gone, and then so I just got I got 3 1,800 bushel bins now, and one of them I have feed in, and I guess 2 of them I have some feed in, and I plan to go buy a bunch more and fill them up. So I didn't really have room to put these oats in here, so I thought, heck, let's just bale it. If I have too much feed, I'll guarantee you I can sell it this year. I'll get rid of it, it won't be a problem, because someone will need it. So it'll get sold, and I can get some cash to help pay for that just fine. When you buy those things, it sounds pretty good until the payments have to get made. Anyhow, this is going to be a stupid long video, but hang in there. We'll have fun together. There we go. We're done. This green feed is all finished now. I got my yeah, that's pretty centered now behind me. Get my finger out of the way. So you definitely can tell what's been freshly cut. That's easy to tell. But even look at this stuff from this morning, see how much it's wilted. Well, we are in another hot spell. I got manure haulers right now going, well, not going. They stopped, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they stopped at 1. And tomorrow they'll come back at 7 o'clock, which they didn't start till 9:30 today, so I don't know why they call it 7 o'clock. But maybe today they'll start, or tomorrow they'll start at 7, and then they'll work till 1 o'clock. And then they'll come back on Thursday and finish. That's what I was told anyway. So we'll see. If I get out there, I'll show you some pictures of that. If I had the time and the resources, I would spread the manure myself. But when you're just one person and you need to have it done now, but we'll see. When I get a $10,000 bill for spreading manure, I'll wish I'd done it myself. But that's why we sometimes go 3 years or something without spreading manure, because of the huge bill. And more than once we've given the manure away just so we didn't have to spread it. But you can see this is yesterday's here. Big difference in the color change. So, anyhow, I tried not to bring you guys out too much. This video is going to be horrendously long and boring. But we got 3/4 of a circle of oats cut, minus all the lowlands. So, anyhow, if you guys want, I will show you some baling videos, and if you don't want, I won't. But on a side note, I'd like to thank everyone that's, I might as well turn you around, I guess. I'd like to thank everyone that's subscribed, because I am now over 10,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed. That means a lot. I really enjoy the comments, the interaction I have. Like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of friends that I go hang out with and do stuff. I just farm and ranch. So at 11 o'clock at night, when I flip on my computer and get to have some interaction, it's kind of fun. So anyhow, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day. Take care. Let's see. You see how small the swaths are here. Anywhere where it was really wet, they just did not grow. But at least something sucked up the moisture. It's not all alkali, which will happen eventually. The salts will start coming out. We'll have alkali.